I haven't been live in a while. Oh, I forgot that I have to take my case off for that. Alright, hi guys. How's everyone doing? I haven't been live in a long time, so I don't really remember what it's like. But I am making a palette. I made this painting. I'm making this painting. You can kind of see it here. It is a 90s style painting. It has a bunch of those folded notes, folded papers that you would pass as notes back before texting and stuff. And like even back before AOL Instant Messenger, there's a mixtape. You can kind of see that I have it drawn there, mixtape, and the case for the mixtape. So I need to make a palette for that, so we're going to go ahead and do that. But I wanted to see how everyone's doing. See if anyone wants to show up. Alright, I think I'm going to make it face down and just show it that way. Is that okay? Well. Okay. Sorry, I'm struggling. Okay. Is that good? Yeah. Okay, you can kind of still see me. Hi! So, I got this like takeout container. It's a great thing to use for a palette because it's sealable and then your acrylic paints won't dry out. So I'm gonna make a palette that is a little bit more pastel-y. So I have my big white apple barrel, and then I have some of the colors that I thought would be good. So there's this like lighter blue, this pink and yellow, and then from Stuart Semple, from Culture Hustle, I have some powders. I couldn't find my pink powder, so I have the pink Gossip from them. And I don't want to make it like 90s, like bright. I want to make it more pastel, like a more toned down 90s. So I think I'm going to start by just putting a bunch of colors down here, and then I'm gonna like mix it with white. So I'm definitely gonna want a lot of this yellow. And I might want it to be a little bit brighter also, so I might need to find a brighter yellow to add in. I might use the rest of this tube actually, because I'm definitely going to do an underlayer that's probably going to be yellowish. And then I might need like another yellow altogether to be like a highlights. Then I think this blue is going to be a big one too. Oops. So I'm going to be making a painting that I was given. I kind of was brainstorming with my friend because I'm going to be in a gallery, and the name of the gallery is called Love and Passion. So we were talking about different things that we could do for that. And she was saying you should do like a mixtape, because that's like young 90's style love, which would be a fun aesthetic to paint in. And I was like, oh, that's great. And then we came up with doing the little folded notes as well. And then that's how I came up with this idea of. Can you see that? Kind of. I have it drawn out, like sketched out, the mixtape and like the case for the mixtape and the folded notes. It's sitting on top of the folded notes. So I actually I didn't make a mixtape, but I made a bunch of those folded notes. And then I still have Adore, or Ava Adore by Smashing Pumpkins. So I used that as my template, and then I took this photo. And I'm going to use this as a reference, and that's going to help me paint it. But I'm not going to make it black and white. I'm going to make it colorful, like 90's color. So I'm going to get this pink out next. And then I actually want the purple to be like a really pastel purple. So I'll do that last. So I don't need that much green, but I am going to add some of this blue to one of these blues to make it a little bit different. And then I'm just going to make a little bit of green. So I don't have a palette knife. I don't know where mine is. I might actually try to find something, but I'll just use a brush for now. To mix this up. Oops, got some yellow in there, but that's okay. And then I'm going to take just a tiny bit of it here. Maybe here, actually. And I'm going to put some green. This green is like really neon green. I didn't really think of anything to think about. I mean, to talk about during this. Uh, how's everyone's January go? Happy February. That I did over January. I tried to clean up my craft room a little bit. The craft room is what I'm sitting in now. Okay, this color I really like. So I think I'm going to keep going with that and make a little bit more. So because of the tapes and the folded up notes, they're going to be pretty like monochromatic, just like they're actually just white and black, and like the tape is like gray and white mostly. I'm gonna stylize it to make it more exciting and like put some of the pastels in it. And the background, I want to make a really nice teal color, so that's what I'm doing here. So I've been reminded recently of some of my older videos. I'm thinking about putting them up and making like a playlist of like my vintage videos. Someone just recently asked me to put up a video that they were looking for that I used to have up of my Mardi Gras makeup. And a few years back, maybe like 7-ish years back, I put a bunch of my videos, my older videos, on private because I was like, I am not very proud of them. I don't think anybody's watching them, and I don't think people like have any reason to watch them. And it's just going to be weird if someone like happens upon them without trying to find it. So I put some of them back up because I was like, oh, this does have value. So that made me pretty happy. Alright, so that is the color that I want for the background. So I'm going to stop there, and I have a good amount of it there. So I'm going to move on to the next color. I need like a scraper tool. Let me see if I can go find a scraper tool. And the scraper tool actually will be good for like, alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna find like a knife to put in, but in the chat while I'm gone, put some colors that you want me to mix. Alright, I didn't have my palette knives, but I do have these little like utensil knives. So I think that'll be better than using the actual brush. So in the end of December and beginning of January, I had put up some videos about my journal, like journaling once a year journal, the Fresh Start journal. So I was like, okay, it's the end of a month. I can check back to see if I made any progress on any of my goals for this year. And I was like, I think I will. I Instead of doing those goals, I was like, I think I need to organize my craft room, which was not one of my goals on the list. And because I spent so much time doing that, I didn't really spend that much time on my actual goals for that I had set out at the beginning of the year. But sometimes that happens, like that's okay. So I think I just have to be okay with that and add that to the list of things that I accomplished this year, and then that's totally fine. So I didn't do that much work when it comes to like um, my writing or my crafting, but I did make an art piece in January, and now I'm starting another art piece that I'm gonna finish by the end of February for sure. So that's good. But I did not do a lot of crafting when it comes to journals. And I did do a little bit of outlining, but I did not start editing my books. And I didn't start contacting agents, which was another thing on my list. But I realized while I was doing the whole reorganizing my room thing that January is just a hard month. Like the weather is weird and it makes doing things harder. So it, I'm actually really happy with what I accomplished in January, and I know February is going to be good too. All right. The one drawback of these um, takeout containers is that they like lots of little divots in them, which I guess is like a measurement thing, and that makes it hard to get all of your paint out of it all the time. Alright, so that is one place where I want to stop, and then I'm going to go over to pink and figure out what I want to do there, because I definitely want to have some purple too, so, but I don't want it to be too, like, extremely purple. So I'm going to go ahead and get some white out. So I'm going to just put a bunch of white just right here in the middle. And then some white here on top of the purple. And then we'll see how this comes out. Alright, that is a very nice purple. So I think I'm going to stop it right there, and then I'm going to mix up this blue with a little bit of white. Alright, now this pink, I kind of like how bright it is as is, but I'm probably not going to use that much of that. So I'm going to go ahead and mix a bunch of it with white also. Alright, so I really like that pink, how that's coming out now. But I think I also want to have some pink that's a little bit more peachy. So I don't know where I should do that. I should have swapped these around a little bit. But I think just right here in the corner, I can grab some of the yellow. Yes, this is good. Oh, this is like that kind of peachy color that I just made. I really like that. Like, I totally forgot what it's like to be on live. It's kind of uncomfortable for me if I don't have something to say. I guess I was trying to say what I had been doing in January. So I did that, and then my husband and I have been watching a lot of Daria. He actually got me some of the restored music for it, so that's pretty fun to watch too. But I was watching it just on Paramount Plus anyway, and even though I've watched it so many times, I really like rewatching that show. And we also watched a King of the Hill episode, which we watched for Valentine's Day. So we watched it a little bit early so we could record a video about it. And that should be coming out soon. We did some Reddit reacts. And yeah, we've just been taking it easy, not doing too much stuff outside of the house. And now I'm going back to the green and making some lighter green. Kind of like a sea foamy. kind of teal. Alright, well that's what I'm coming up with now. So I might put a little bit of pink into this yellow to make it a little brighter. Or, yeah, a little warmer is what I'm trying to say. I think, yeah, I think that worked. I think I have a yellow of this also, so if I can find that, I might add that in too. Alright. Am I missing anything? Do I need another color? I think that might be it for me today. And I will try doing another live another time this week, trying to get back into doing lives again. I didn't have my camera set up well, so it was hard for me. But yeah, I think I'll try to get back into doing more lives. If you have any ideas for either lives or shorts, please leave a comment. Especially, I know if you're watching it on the video on demand function, if you're watching it after I put it up later, then feel free to leave some comments about either some shorts that would be fun for you to see for me, or some lives that would be fun. Is watching me paint a good one? I don't know. so let me know. And I will. Oh, thanks for watching, and thanks for sitting me while I did this. There was, for whatever reason, there was some sort of block in my head that was making it hard for me to actually sit down and mix my colors, but I did do it today, so I'm glad. Thanks so much for watching today. I'll see you next time.